team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gator Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators, taking on last year's national champion, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
Start us off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Kearney. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Rides the back on the option to give. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. They've made it to the middle of the season, #1 team in the land, but now's when you have to work on staying there.
Yeah, it's been a really, really good start. Impressed with them, impressed with offense, defense, special teams, complete unit so far. But Jesse, 7 games in, we ain't crowning a national champion.
No doubt about it. And listen, they've looked good for most of the first half of the year. Obviously, that's why they've got that number beside their name now. But when you're the #1 team, all that means is the games get bigger and bigger as you go. So still lots of meat on the bone for this team.
The Sooners really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. Got his man. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? 3rd down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something that you put in on day 1 install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got the 1st down himself. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
That's caught. It's Singleton. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. The Sooners back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Motion from the wide receiver. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
He wants to change this route. Looking to pass. It's Hawkins. Firing to the right, complete. Ripping up the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route. Against zone coverage, quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
The Sooners started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Flips it out in the flat. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
Leaves it with the back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. And it's right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about in that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you're going to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quickly to the tight end. At midfield, he's got room. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Plows through the defense. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a 1st down.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast for a guy his size. He just caused so many problems for the defenses we face. And I think in the SEC today, you have got to be able to run the football if you're going to win games. And this guy right here, he's going to give the Gators a chance.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to fire. Throwing right. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Fires to the wideout. That one came in hot, and it's incomplete.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wideout set, trips right. They'll run it from the gun. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his target down the middle. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
To the air on 1st down. Hauls it in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. And the Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll give it to the back. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Fires on the move. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense.
Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He'll run it again. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. They'll try to run for it. Breaks the tackle. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Now adjusting. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. The change now on second and long. They'll leave it with him. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
And the Gators line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down in the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The Gators are on the move. The give to the back. Turning it on. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38. Guys, let's chat about Florida. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
And it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
The Gators come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Got his man all by himself. Defense
defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Looking to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
You know, this happens sometimes in football. You forget which direction you're going, and you got to be reminded you were going the wrong direction. Come on, man. We got to catch that thing. We got to get north-south and go make a play, get closer to the end zone, not start dancing and going the wrong way.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Touchdown, Gator! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds a tight end. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. To the air, it's Hawkins. Snagged in the middle. It's Tatum. Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to go up top on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. Looking for room at the 40. Stumbled to the ground. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And they got the completion, but still looking at a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
And the quarterback quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Makes the catch. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Sooner!
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something we practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
Just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Waning seconds of the 1st half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Sooners will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Florida.
What a way to seize momentum here. You start the 2nd half, you take the 1st kick back to the house, great blocking, and an awesome job in the open field, making people miss and showing you the speed on that return. Wow.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But This offense just can't find a way to get it going, and I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
It's complete to the right. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
The Sooners are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to power their way ahead. Crosses the 40. That's a kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Remember back when I played for the Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
The Sooners are rolling down the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. A shot toward the end zone. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
Run gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. And the Sooners headed quickly to the line. Unloads quickly. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And you go to old Mr. Reliable in the red zone, and you still have a chance to turn this into 6 instead of 3.
And 3rd down. Great job by this offense. Move the chains. Give yourself another fresh set of downs, but find the big targets in the red zone. Those guys make life easy on a quarterback.
Calls his own number. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
In that 2nd down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. The give to the tailback. Gets a nice surge and crosses the 5 to the 6-yard line to pick up a 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain. puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Might be changing the route. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Going to swing it on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Quick release by the QB. There he goes. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitching. The quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Hand off from the shotgun. Look out, he's got room. Perhaps a touchdown saving tackle at the 17.
Really really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he is looking really good.
Snap it to the back. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got his man quickly. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Trying to set up the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do in short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Gators. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this 4th quarter.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. SMU made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms that there is something special brewing with these Mustangs. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Sooners will hustle to the line. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Once he got some room, it was over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Start this drive with a pass. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Catch in stride inside the 15. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
And how about the big strike? Field. I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. Grab behind the line. It's Jackson. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
A lot of times when you go to the stat sheet after the game, defenses are going to look at explosive plays. Like, we're taught to be top down, stay deep, don't give up those big plays, make them earn it all the way down the field. Bad job giving up the big play in the passing game.
Going to try to get it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too. So
He's going for the goal line. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The Sooners are in the hurry-up. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
I'd like to see a little more creativity here with respect to the route running and play calling to help get these receivers open. Right now in that last play, they didn't do anything to work away from the defenders.
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal.
Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Looking for the goal line. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Might be calling a hot route.
Direction.
Build that momentum, offense.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown Sooner.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on fourth down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Sending the offense back to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And the defense drags him down.
And when the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there.
And that hurts on defense, giving up the first on the ground like that. We're in a one-possession game. You've got all 3 timeouts. I think you got to start burning them here to save some clock.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Gonna let it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Got it behind the line. It's Brown. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Swings it out to the flat. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get first downs to stay on the field, and they're executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Give to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Gives it on the option. A timely pickup to get the first down there, and it took a little something out of the crowd, too.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Here's the handoff. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Forced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The Gators will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. open this possession from their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. He's taking the deep shot. And it's picked off for the third time today. Finally brought down. The what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback takes a knee. What a battle this game was. Went